Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, if you cannot already tell, I'm going to be doing my full 1 to 400th model collection updates for January of 2022. Basically, I did decide to do these in January, just once a year from now on. I kind of went into more detail on that in my recent channel update. If you would like to go check that out, feel free to. Basically today I'm just going to be going over all of my 1 to 400th model aircraft in my collection. It's probably going to be a bit of a longer video, so I apologize about that. But I'm kind of rambling on here, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Starting off with my largest airline, United. Right here we have a United Express CRJ 200 in the older livery, a United Express CRJ 200 in the new livery, a United Express CRJ 550, a United Express Embraer 170, then have two United Express Embraer 175s, two United Airlines A319s, a United Airbus A320 in the Stars and Bars livery, a United 737-700 in the Continental Globe livery, United 737-700 in the new livery, two United 737-800s in the new livery. One of these is the Gemini Jets version, one of these is the NG version. We then have a United 737 MAX 8 in the new livery. We then have a United 737-900 in the new livery and a United 737-900 in the old livery. We then have a United 757-200 in the Continental Globe livery. We have two more United 757-200s, one in the new livery and one in the California livery. We then have a United 757-300 in the older livery, a United 757-300 in the new livery. We have a United 767-300 in the new livery, two United 787-9s in the new livery, a United 787-10 in the new livery, a United 777-200 in the new livery, and finally a United 777-300ER in the new livery. Moving on to American, my fleet that has probably grown the most since the last collection update. Starting here, we have an American Eagle CRJ 200, three American Eagle ERJ 145s. One of these is the older Envoy release. Two of these are the new Piedmont release. Then have two American Eagle CRJ 700s, both are the new release. We then have my American Eagle CRJ 900, which I have actually kind of customized a little bit just to fix it. We then have two American Eagle Embraer 170s. One of these is in the regular livery and one of these is in the Envoy Retro livery. We then have three American Eagle Embraer 175s. All of these are the new release. We then have an American A319 with sharklets, an American A320 with IAE engines. This is the controversial release from 2020 with the really bad coloring. We then have two American 737-800s just in the plain regular livery. We then have an American 737-800 in the One World livery. We have an American 737 MAX 8. We have an American A321 in the flagship Valor livery. And then we have an American 767-300. Moving on to Delta, right here we have a Delta Connection CRJ 200, a Delta Connection CRJ 700, a Delta Connection CRJ 900, a Delta Connection Embraer 170. Still waiting for that Embraer 175 release. It's been, I don't even know. We really need that from Gemini Jets. Next up here we have a Delta 717-200, a Delta CS100 or A220. Technically this is the first release, which is a CS100, but of course this is an A220-100, so kind of weird there. We then have a Delta MD90, have a Delta 737-900ER, a Delta A321 in the Thank You livery. We have a Delta 757-200, a Delta 767-300, and then a Delta A330-300. Also, while we're over here, let's go ahead and hit JetBlue. We have a JetBlue A320 with sharklets in the Blueberry's tail and the newer NG release of the JetBlue A321 in the Prism's tail. Moving on to Southwest, right here we have a Southwest 737-700 in the California 1 livery. We have a Southwest 737-700 with no winglets in the Canyon Blue livery. We have a Southwest 737-800 in the Canyon Blue livery. We have a Southwest 737-700 in the Heart livery. We have a Southwest 737-800 in the Heart livery. We have a Southwest 737 MAX 8 in the Heart livery. We have an Alaska Embraer 175. I believe this one is SkyWest. We have an Alaska 737-700. And then we have an Alaska 737-900ER. Next up, we have an Allegiant Airbus A320 in the Travelers Ideal livery. We have an Allegiant A320 in the new livery. We have a Frontier A320neo in the Baja the Whale Shark livery. We then have a Frontier A321 in the Steve the Eagle livery. We have a Spirit A321. We have a Breeze Embraer 195 and a Breeze A220-300. Then we have this absolutely gorgeous National A330-200. And then moving on over to kind of, I don't even know what to call this section, but this is just kind of like cargo, military, and charter. So starting here, we have an Alaska Air Cargo 737-700. We then have a FedEx 757-200F. We have an IFL Group 727-200. This is my only true custom model. Moving on to UPS, we have a UPS 757-200 freighter. We then have a UPS 747-8 freighter. This is the interactive series from Gemini Jets. We have my one active military model. This is my US Air Force Dover-based C-17 Globemaster. And then we have my two Shapeways custom Gulfstream G550s. That just about wraps up all my US carriers. So starting off with the internationals right here, we have an Air Canada Express CRJ-200, an Air Canada Express CRJ-900, a Volaris A320neo in the Cien Aviones livery. Then have two Icelandair 737 MAX 8s, one in the old livery, one in the new livery. Kind of an interesting note on these are actually the same registration. For some reason, Gemini Jets chose to release the same aircraft in the new livery that they had released like 3 years earlier in the old livery, which makes absolutely no sense because now you're just the same plane, so it's kind of hard to use them in the same situation. So kind of a weird decision there on Gemini Jets, but both of those are actually pretty good models. We have an Aer Lingus A321neo. Moving on to some of the wide bodies right here, we have a British Airways 787-8, a British Airways 787-10, a British Airways 777-200ER, a Virgin Atlantic A330-300, a Virgin Atlantic 787-9, a Virgin Atlantic A350-1000, and a Virgin Atlantic 747-400. Kind of an interesting note on Virgin Atlantic is that for about a month's time, I actually had their entire fleet in my collection, and then they got the A330-900s, so, but it was still kind of cool to have their whole fleet. It's kind of the first airline I've been able to do that for, but hopefully someone will release the A330-900 soon, and then I will once again have that whole fleet. Moving on right here, we have a KLM A330-200, we have a Swiss A330-200. After that, we have a Lufthansa A330-300, a Lufthansa 747-400 in the Star Alliance livery. We have an Austrian 777-200ER in the 60 Years livery. We have an Iberia A350-900. We have an El Al 787-9 in the Jerusalem of Gold livery. We have an ANA 787-9 in the R2-D2 Star Wars livery. Then have a Japan Airlines 787-9. And finally, an Emirates A380. Now that does conclude my kind of up-to-date collection, but now let's take a look at my retro collection, which used to make up a much larger percentage of my fleet, but since I've been getting so many models recently, it now looks tiny compared to the rest of my fleet. Also, I did want to quickly mention, I apologize for how my voice sounds in this video. I have a cold right now, so I'm kind of making like some weird like voice cracks noises throughout the video. So sorry about that. I just kind of needed to record this so I could get it out in January, so I apologize about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it with our retro fleet. Starting right here, we have a US Airways Express Embraer 170. We have a Sobel Air 737-800. We have a Delta 727-200 in the original widget livery. We have a National 757-200. We have an Omni Air International 757-200. We have an American 757-200 in the chrome livery. We have an Allegiant 757-200. We have a United DC-8 in the Sawbath livery. Then have my two Concords, both British Airways and Air France. Then on to the wide bodies, we have a Hawaiian 767-300. Then have a Delta MD-11 in the Colors in Motion livery. Have an Air Canada A340-300. Have a beautiful TWA 747-100. I absolutely love their last livery. Then have a Transamerica 747-200, a Malaysia 747-400, and finally over there we have a US Air Force B-29. And with that does conclude my entire collection update. So yeah, everyone, if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and if you have time, leave a comment down below telling me your thoughts. I'm trying to get back into uploading again, and I would once again just like to apologize for how long it has been and how inconsistent my upload schedule has been over kind of the past year. I'm really going to try to end this new year, as I said in my channel update, which once again, go check that out if you would like more information, to really just get back into uploading again. So with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.